Hi PopPop, so this is your next instalment of your Pilates video. See how I get on with it. We're building a little bit more on last week, doing a little bit more kind of endurance stuff, so just see how you get on. You're sensible, so you always know you can scale it back anyway. So here we go. So we're going to start standing up again. Start with your feet together, turn your toes out, then turn your heels out. Head and shoulders nice and relaxed, shoulder blades melted down your back, not pinning your shoulders back, just making sure your shoulders are down. Pelvis is nice and level, so imagine we've got that bucket of water again, so none spilling out the forwards or back. Ribs aren't flared, we've got our centre set, so our core is engaged. And we're just going to start off by bending our elbows to 90 degrees and palms facing up to the ceiling. And all we're going to do is just turn our hands in and out, nice and gently, only going as far as you can. I know your shoulder range of movement's a bit limited anyway, but just to get those arms warmed up a little bit. And then from here, we're going to turn our hands out and then flip. So our arms are out in a T shape and our palms are facing the floor. And then we're going to reverse back in. So our palms come to the ceiling and then to the floor. And then to the ceiling, and then to the floor. And again, the only part of you that should be moving are your arms. So our centre is set, we've got no rib flaring going on. We're just in this lovely position. Good, just to get those arms warmed up. Nice and slow, just go at your own pace. We can bring in a bit of breath work as well. So you breathe out and in. Breathe our arms out and breathe them back in. And then to just get ourselves going a little bit, I want you to just lift one heel and bring it back down. Lift the other heel and back down. One heel, back down. Other heel, back down. Now your opposite arm is going to come up to 90. So my right heel comes off, left elbow comes up and down. Left heel, right elbow and down. Right heel, left elbow, down. Left heel, right elbow, down. Let's go quicker. So we're now got a little bit of a bounce. This is called walking, funnily enough. Our centre is still set, but hopefully we're getting a little bit of blood flowing throughout our body, so warming up a little bit more. If this is too hard, just do the arms or just do the legs and slow it down. Good. And rest there. Okay, now we're going to do our roll down, which I know we've done before and you're pretty good at. So again, feet want to be about hip width. We're not going to move back from here at all. Hips are staying stacked. Hands down the front of our thighs, and you're going to take your chin down to your chest. And then slowly, bone by bone, unravel your spine. Just going as far as you can, keeping your bottom muscles engaged. Breathe in at the bottom and then breathe out as you tuck your tailbone underneath, and then you stack bone on top of bone as you come up, back up to standing. And we're going to do that again. Chin down to your chest and unravel. Imagine that there is a priceless vase behind your bottom and you're not going to knock it over. Arms stay nice and relaxed, and then pull that tailbone underneath. You should be able to feel your bottom muscles engaged, your quads engaged. We're not pushing our bottom back, the only bit that's moving is our spine. Down we go again, just as far as you can. And then pull yourself back up and stack. Bone on bone on bone, until we come all the way up. Lovely, we're going to do one more. Chin to chest, and down we go. Nice and slow, breathe in at the bottom, and breathe out. Tuck your tailbone, and stack bone on top of bone. Lovely, now we're going to come down onto the floor. So we're going to set up like we normally do. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Start with your feet together, turn your toes out, turn your heels out. And we're going to start off with your double leg stretch level 1. So just to recap your centering, we're making sure that we're nice and flat. There's going to be a small gap underneath your back, probably more about your waist. Ribs aren't flared, tummy button's pulled in, okay? Your double leg stretch level 1 is you start with your arms above your shoulders, and as you take them above your head, one leg stretches out and then come back in again. And then do your opposite side and come back in again. So we're drawing a big E with our arms and we're sliding the heel along the floor. Good. So breathe out and then breathe that leg back in again. So you're breathing your leg away and breathing it back in again. Breathing that leg away and breathing it back in again. Breathing that leg away and breathing it back in again. Okay, from here, keep your arms stacked. You need to engage your core. Float one leg up to your tabletop. Float the other leg up to your tabletop. From here, we're just going to do our D arms. So we breathe out and breathe in. 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 Breathe out, breathe in. Keeping our legs on the tabletop. The only thing that's moving is our arms. Out and in. Out and in. Okay. From here, bring your arms down by your sides. And we're just going to tap one foot on the floor. So we're doing scissors level 2. So we're just tapping one toe down, bringing it back up. Tap the other toe down, bring it back up. Keep your centre set. Breathe out. Breathe in. 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 Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go a bit faster this time. So you're going to tap one foot down and then you're going to switch legs mid-air. So we go. Breathe in. Breathe out. This is scissors level 3. Just working that core a little bit more. And then relax back down. Okay, from here, you okay, Luce? We're going to do our one leg stretch level 2. So you're going to float one leg up to the tabletop and then we're going to turn off that light switch. So you can remember your breathing from here. We breathe in, we breathe out. We breathe in, we breathe out. And then I want you to turn off that plug socket. So we're going lower and back up and lower and back up and lower and back up. Keep going. Lovely. Do 2 more for me. 1, 2, and then keep that leg there and do our hip twist level 3. So knee and toes pointing up to the ceiling. We're just moving out to the side, but keeping our headlights pointing up to the ceiling. So the only thing that's moving is our hip. Our legs moving out from the hip joint, but we're not rocking at our pelvis. Keep going. Keep that core engaged. We're working on your stability here. Keep that core engaged. That's it. Keep going. And 2 more for me. 1 and 2. Good. Keep that leg up there. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, this leg comes to join it. And do our hundreds, level 3. So, shoulders away from ears. We're patting down the floor. Centre is set. We've not got any tilting in our pelvis. Keep patting that floor. Good. And then rest your hands. Just hold this position. We're going to do one leg stretch level 3. So you're going to breathe in, breathe out, and turn off a light switch. Breathe in. Other leg. Breathe out, turn off that light switch. Breathe in. Breathe out, turn off that light switch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. If this is too hard, drop back down to level 2, where you've got one foot on the floor. But the idea is we're trying to challenge you a little bit. Lovely. Keep going. Okay, then put your original leg down, so that was my right leg. This leg's going to keep up, and it's going to stay working, so we're going to keep turning off that light switch, level 2. Nice and solid here, nothing else moving. Good. And then we're going to turn off that plug socket. Keep going for me. Good. Lovely. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Keep that leg there. Hip twist level 3. Toes and knee pointing up to the ceiling. No rocking our pelvis, just taking one leg out to the side as far as you can. Breathe it out. Breathe it back in. We're working a little bit on our rotary stability here. Keeping nice and solid in your core. Good. Do 2 more for me. 1, 2, come back in, take that leg down. Okay, just have a breather. Okay, from here we're still in this put iron position, hips in a good position, feet in a good position. We need to stretch your legs out, your arms out rather, hands off the floor. I want you to imagine that there's a peach underneath your chin, between your chin and your chest, and you're not going to squash it. We're just going to pull our arms. Imagine someone's pulling our hands and all our shoulder blades just come off. And then back down again. And we come up. So someone pulls our hands. You should feel like your bottom of your ribs and your hips are coming closer together. And then we come back down again. And again, up and down. As you come down, make sure that you don't lose that centre set. Still want to keep that centre working. Don't want to lose anything. Keep going. Imagine someone's pulling your arms out of your sockets. Should just be your shoulder blades. Tips of your shoulder blades should still be on. Your shoulders aren't earring, so they're still nice and away from your ears. And we've got that peach under our chin. Good. Do 1 more for me. And down. Okay, hands down. I want you to breathe in, breathe out and float one leg up. Breathe in, breathe out and float the other leg up. And then we're going to do our abdo prep. Someone's pulling your hands away. And we're just going to pat the floor in this position. If this is too hard, stay here with your head down. But I want you to try and push yourself. Come into this position, just working your abs a little bit more. So we've still got our centre set, has to be set to keep our back nice and flat on the floor, but we've brought in our abs as well. We've still got that peach underneath our chin, so that our neck muscles aren't working too hard, and you're going to hold it there. Lovely. Keep breathing. Keep going for me. We're nearly there. Keep going. And then down, one leg down, the other leg down. Okay, right, just for some fun, we're going to roll onto our tummies. So, all you're going to do, ideally, you would probably have a small pillow underneath your forehead. What we're going to do for the purposes of this exercise is stack our hands one on top of the other and pop our head into that position. So there should be enough of a gap so your nose isn't squashed down into the floor and you can still breathe properly. But I still want you in this position to think about pulling your shoulders away from your ears, okay? So we're in this position here, okay? What I want you to think about doing here is still, imagine someone's pulling that tummy button back towards your spine, so you're not collapsed down and arching in your back, you're engaged, so that actually we're still pretty flat here. We've probably got a bit of a gap there, okay? With these next couple of exercises, if you're struggling keeping that gap, I'd recommend going forward having a pillow just to support this area here, okay? Because we're going to work a little bit more on your glutes, but just in a different position. So for the purpose of the video, I want you head down, but I'm going to face so you can hear what I'm saying. So we've got our centre set, so I've got a gap underneath my tummy here, and all you're going to do is just lift one leg off the floor and then bring it back down, and then you're going to lift your other leg off the floor and bring it back down. What I want you to working on here is as you lift that leg up, you can really feel your centre working. What I don't want you doing is lifting that leg and just arching and everything gets flat here. It's not a very big movement, we don't have that much hip extension. So you're keeping this really solid. The only muscle really, I want you really thinking about engaging your glutes. So we're really squeezing one bottom, one side of your bum to lift that leg and really try and stretch those toes away. That's it. So head down and stretch, and stretch, and stretch, and stretch. Good. And relax there. Staying in this position, head in this position too. We're going to work a little bit on hamstrings and glutes here too. So I'm going to start the leg closest to you. I'm going to bring it in, toes point to the ceiling, slight dip out, pull my heel in, dip out, toes and down. So it's toes, heel, toe, down. So we're pulsing that knee bend. Toe, heel, toe, down. Toe, heel, toe, down. Still want that centre set. So we're still not collapsing as we bend that knee up. That centre's still working. Probably got a gap underneath. That's it. Toe, heel, toe, down. Toe, heel, toe, down. Toe, heel, toe, down. Toe, heel, toe, down. Okay, this time, again quite a small movement. Really thinking about keeping your centre set here. We're going to do toe, heel, toe. As you straighten to come down, you lift that leg up and then come down. So it's toe, heel, toe, straighten and lift your knee and down. Toe, heel, toe, straighten and lift and down. Toe, heel, toe, straighten and down. Toe, heel, toe, straighten and down. Still keeping that centre nice and set. We're not collapsing. We're not arching our back too much. Last one, heel, toe, lift and down. Okay, we're nearly done. Then I want you to come onto your side. Still in this lovely position that we're used to. We're not going to do any clams today, but feel free to do some more clams afterwards. So we've got that gap under our waist, hips are stacked one on top of the other. Okay, we're going to straighten our top leg to start off with. So our bent leg, our bottom leg's still bent, top leg straight. You're going to float it up to hip height, fingertip touch here, and we're going to sweep that leg forward and then pull back. and you're going to sweep that leg forward and pull back. And we're staying really engaged here. So we've got no rocking backwards of our hips. Our back is staying straight. So as you take our leg back, we're not arching. It's staying exactly where we want it to be. Really good spinal alignment. So all you're doing as you take it back is you're squeezing your bottom muscle. You're not trying to arch that back. Keep going. If this is hurting your top leg, keeping your leg really, really straight, just soften the knee. So you've got a slight bent knee. Just to take the pressure off a little bit. That's it, keep going. And then I want you to hold here. So your legs at hip height. Again, if it's too much for your knee, soften your knee. You can feel it all here, okay? Imagine someone's pulling that top leg away. They're pulling it away. Then I want tiny little circles, really small. And we should start to feel a burn up here. And then I want you to go the other way. Good. And then we're going to take that top leg down. We're not collapsing. And then you're going to bring it back up to hip height. And we're going to go down for 2. 1, 2, and up for 2. 1, 2, down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and hold. Oh, I can feel that burn. And then come back in. And relax. Hi, pal. Got a visitor. Okay, I'm just going to go over onto the other side and do exactly the same thing.
Mama.
Yes, Roo.
What are you doing?
Filming for Granny and PopPop. So we're lying on our side here. Hips stacked. Bottom knee's going to stay bent. Top leg's going to straighten out. So you're going to raise that leg up to hip height. And we're going to come forwards and back. And forwards and back. And again, our core is set. We've not got any rocking. And we're staying there.
Mama.
Good. Keep going. Squeeze that bottom at the back there. Good. Keep going. Keep that core engaged. No rocking in your hips. That's it. Keep going. And then 2 more. 1 and 2. And then we're going to hold that leg at the top there. Again, like I said before, if it's too much to keep your knee straight, just soften it a little bit. I want you to imagine someone's pulling that top hip away. So you've still got that gap under our waist. Our spine is nice and straight. We're just stretching that leg away. And then you're going to draw some little circles for me. Little circles, that's it. And then we're going to go the other way. Lovely. Keep going. And then we're going to do up and down. So we're going to go down for 2. 1, 2. Up for 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, hold, and hold. Hopefully you can feel that burn, bend, and come back in again. Okay, and now we're going to do our arm openings. So on one side, if you've got a pillow or block or something you want it underneath your head, that's absolutely fine. Tucking that shoulder in, and we're just going to keep our hips stacked, and you're just going to take one arm out and come back in. Mum, your eyes follow your top hand. Good. 3 more on this side. 1, 2, and 3. Lovely. Then we're going to do your other side. He's going for a cuddle. Oh yeah. You stay there. Okay, so arm openings on this side.
Mama, I got the tree and the ball back to the kitchen.
Oh, good. 2 more on this side. Taking that arm across. And then 1 more. Lovely.
Oh, that's able.
That's great. And then we're just going to do 1 last stretch. So come onto your back. We're going to do your glute stretch, Nige. So I can't remember how you said you did it, but I would tend to put opposite foot onto one knee and then try and pull that knee in. So this is called a figure 4 stretch. And I can feel this stretch. My right foot is on my left knee and I can feel the stretch in my right bottom. I think if I remember rightly, Nige, you tend to do more pulling your knee, but I can't remember. And then I want you to switch sides. So left foot onto right knee, hands underneath your right thigh. It's descended into chaos. And pull up. So I can feel the stretch now in my left bottom. And relax. Okay. And there you go, Granny Bone Pop Pop. Chaos. Never work with children.